What is happening with the Cavalier Nexus Compensation? Well, we have an update for you. The special 7-star quest rewards details have been revealed, giving some good news, but there is a bit of an issue that we need to look into with it. People are ranking up 7 stars to rank 2 already, and we look beyond to spicier rank ups and so much more. Yes, hello everybody, welcome back to the MCN for Wednesday. We've got a real big smorgasbord of topics to go over and keep you informed of. So hit that like button, subscribe with post notifications on all. And look, 10 days ago I was wearing exactly the same hoodie. I need a ton more hoodies. The show begins with a warning. Now, 5 days ago, so I did miss off on kind of covering this one, but it's one of these things where sometimes it does get buried on the forums when it comes to information like this. So I've seen a couple of people say about this: if you're constantly queuing and rejecting matches in Battlegrounds, stop. It has come to our attention that some summoners have taken to constantly entering matchmaking in Battlegrounds and then rejecting all matches. While this behaviour existed in earlier seasons, it has become too prevalent. While we work on new tech that allows us to remove the ability to reject matches completely, we want to let you know that this behaviour is not acceptable and will be treated as an exploit moving forward. There you go. So immediately we will ban / or zero out Battlegrounds, Progress, or any summoner we find to be exploiting this tactic. We want all summoners that play the game fairly and are completely competing earnestly to know that we will not tolerate any unsportsmanlike behaviour, and if you may have noticed, are taking much more severe approach to dealing with cheaters. So I don't know if this is because of a point of spending elder marks, or this is just a case of like it factors into what could be a I'm not quite sure on this one. I don't know if it's inflating the kind of the solo side of things, or your elder mark investment versus kind of going, you've entered into a match, therefore you get some points. Is it a case you spend energy, units spotted, arena, units from that spent on energy refills, quick enter, quick release, that kind of stuff. Like, I'm not 100% sure like if that is the case of how people are doing that, but Kabam, I'm going to deal with that. So strange. Battlegrounds isn't great. isn't great at the moment. Let's now move on and talk about 7 stars. As you know, on Monday, lots of 7 stars were opened. We did the community opening yesterday. And as you can see, I got myself Bishop and Wiccan, 2 fantastic 7-star champions, which I'm going to do some videos on the next few days. I've got a lot of ideas for videos that I want to make. So, yeah, definitely want to cover that. I sort of covered Bishop in the video that I did on Saturday. But, really excited. And also, like, the way that they are kind of, their numbers-wise, pushes them right up towards the top is astronomical, and I can imagine like a lot of prestige bumps have been done in a very short space of time, so pretty cool. And look, the interesting thing about this, 2 champions, 2 7-star champions being leveled up from level 1 to level 25 gets 70,080 level up points. So people are already ranked 2 and 7 stars. People have got some of the resource. And I think this particular 7-star celebration event, which is something we're going to talk about in the next topic, it's kind of a mega time. Mega because this is what apparently not tier 7 basic? Yeah, I think it's tier 7 basic. No, tier 5 alpha, sorry. This is what a tier 5 alpha looks like, which is all kinds of it just, to be honest, it just looks like we've got ourselves a virus. It looks like a virus, like protein surrounding a virus or something for the biological warfare that's going to happen within Marvel Contest of Champions. Yeah, as many people point out, that this is familiar because it's the Clintar Catalyst to rank up a Summon Symbiote. So whether or not Kabam have decided to reuse the artwork, and that could be a thing. If it's data mined, it's data mined. If it's not, it's just in the files, and it's just in the files. If it's a case that this is definitely like Kabam have gone, well, do you know what? We've got this Clintar Catalyst. Why don't we transfer this into a blue color and then put it out as that? Again, don't know if that's true or not. I'm just going over off the information that is provided with the leak, so to speak. Let's now talk about compensation. Cavalier Nexus Compensation. Now, if you remember, we covered this on Monday, and there was another thread about this, or a kind of a previous thread, which was wrong drop rates on Cav crystals, which I was, yes, that's my video. That's me. Dude, something fishy is going on. Rich did a video on the topic, but I'm unable to see the forum thread in his video. Well, to kind of let people know, if you don't know, if you're very new to the MCN and you're very new to my content, most of the time I will put in the description details of anything I quote. Very new thing. I haven't been doing it for about 2+ years, but you know, it's up to you. Watch or interact with, or go to the description. I kid, I joke, but yeah, if you ever want the details of anything that I've covered, just to know that a lot of the time I try to get as much factual information as possible, check out the description, because it will have like a little kind of thing with an arrow saying, and then the forum threads or things that I've quoted, channels I've referenced and stuff like that. So do bear that in mind. But in any case, yes, there has been a bit of a development with it. A good development with it all. But yeah, as someone at NL says, is that the bauble not appeared thread, which people, yeah, that one there. Yep. I can still see it. You can look into your own comments. Anyway, I put it in the thread if you want to check it out. But in any case, right, let's have a look at this. What does Kabam Jack say? It seems obviously that some people received an incorrect number of crystals with this compensation. The team is back into working to resolve this morning. That was as of I'd say late UK time on Monday, honestly, time frames on it. It's worth keeping in mind that the crystal was corrected within the first couple of hours. Yes, but people were saying that they got it after the first, this is like the first like 10, 20, 30, even someone saying 40 minutes of the deal being live. We've seen a few tickets with the support team where summoners purchased the bundle after it was resolved, meaning their accounts will not receive the correction crystal as there's nothing to correct. Hoping to have this resolved today. I'll continue to post updates here as I get them. So yeah, I mean, look, I don't doubt that there were people that kind of chanced their luck of going, look, after the 2-hour window, said they purchased it and were like, I deserve the compensation. Look, people will do that. People chance it. But there are the people that were affected by the fact that they purchased it within that 0 to 2 hour minute, whatever, not 2 hour, like 0 hours to 2 hours time frame, and got the incorrect compensation as a result. And that's the stuff that we're interested the most in getting justice for. Now we're going to move on to the 7-star quest. This is going to be something that's going to be hugely important for you, for me. I was a little bit kind of like, disappointed, not super disappointed, because I kind of felt like Kabam may kind of stretch this out. But on Monday, we didn't see the launch of the 7-star quest. This is very important because, let's face it, if you're able to do and go guns a-blazing into getting your 7 stars and also doing your 7-star celebration event and also alliance-based event, you're able to get some gains, right? And for myself, I have only opened 2 7 stars, 2 Paragon crystals, which I bought with units, which were then reimbursed technically by the units that I got from the alliance-based event. But it did leave me this kind of like taste in the mouth, like, damn, I really would have liked to have seen more from this event from a free-to-play standpoint. And I'm like, right, well, how do I kind of like focus on kind of like getting more from it? And this is where this 7-star quest will come into play. And we've had the rewards information from that, by the way. So Kabam Jax does confirm that it's May 10th, so it's today, so look out for it. And do bear in mind there are going to be restrictions, but if you've seen the live stream, you'll know that you will have to have a certain amount of 7 stars in order to 100% it. That is crucial. That is really crucial, especially because getting to 100% and getting all the rewards that you'll get is going to be important for the time frame, which at the point of recording this video is 12 days, to get as much rewards as possible. And it's really tough if you're unwilling to spend your units, and you shouldn't feel forced to spend your units, because Kabam say you got to spend your units on revives and health potions. So Kabam are being hypocritical again with how they're pitching it. No, don't spend your units on Paragon crystals. No, don't spend your units on kind of like deals for July 4th Cyber Weekend. No, they've got to go on revives and health potions. So rewatching back the VOD, if I'll leave a link in the description if you want to check it out. Shooting Star Quest. it is something that the annoying thing is I'd love to see stuff visually. Once Kabam have kind of done these streams, is just to put like a thing up there with a page just going like the Shooting Star quest, 7-star event, you need to do this, there's restrictions, here's the rewards, this is the path, this is the structure, la 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 blah blah. That's what I'd love to see, because that's the thing is like it's just all about planning, which, let's face it, planning is really important for what you do in this game. Even more so because it's like you have to hoard units, like, and farm units for it, especially if you're non-spending. There's a lot of things to this as well. Like, you will need to have 5 7-stars in order to 100% it. How is that possible within the time frame to get all this stuff? And this is the problem. I feel that non-spending players will feel forced to spend all their units in order to get the amount of items from the alliance-based participation. So if you've got alliance mates that are able to spend, or say they've done a lot of progression, a lot of saving, a lot of hoarding, then it's something that I even feel like I might be forced to spend my 3,000 units on this event in order to get some of the stuff that maybe, just maybe, because I don't know, you might not be able to get at July 4th for the same amount of spend. Like, if I spend 3,000 units now, is it a case that I have 3,000 units of value? It's going to be better than saving for 18,000 units. And that's something I've got to look at and make a video on, which is very difficult because you can't guess the future. I'd love to go into the future and go like, oh, I found out all the information and I've come back again to let you know, but I can't do that. In any case, to the point, and the point is the rewards information that we know, which is, from rewards perspective, full clear will provide 9,000 7-star shards, 18 Paragon crystals, and those are the most important things. I'm not going to read off the other things because these are the most important things right here. The reason that these are the most important is that 9,000 7-star shards may be able to get you to another 7-star, which may be able to get you to kind of participate more with this particular event, the 7-star celebration event. If it's allowed one more to open, it gets you up to another milestone. The same thing where you have to look at the Paragon crystals. Like, if there's a completion amount, that's again the other thing you have to do is outweigh so many variables. We're going, okay, well, if the completion is only like 4 Paragon crystals, but exploration's 18, you just go, okay, well, it's 4 times 800 per Paragon crystal. What is that? 3,200 points. So you're like looking at that and going like, okay, well, back to the event. How much does 3,200 points kind of do for this event? Is it a case then it's like, will that get me up to another minimum milestone? Is it worth it? Is it not? Will it get me? Will I likely in those Paragon crystals pick up a 7-star? That's kind of the gambloid type of thing. And yeah, you have to say to yourself, is 3,000 units or X amount of units that you have invested into this event going to get you further progression in the 7-star celebration event? Is it going to get you any further progression when it comes to having another 7-star, getting you close to the 5 you need for all of this? And that's the real kick in the nuts, if I'm being honest, with all of this. Like, if for me, being a Paragon player, if I get 3 7-stars, it'd be like, oh, that's great. But then there's going to be other Paragon players that may be stuck on 4 going like this, going like, right, well, I'm not going to lose out. I'm going to lose out of being up there with everybody else as a result of this, and it feels rubbish. This is why hopefully later on I'll have completed a 7-star celebration guide spreadsheet, and also something that advises those that are non-spending and also for those that are spending, but I'm trying to gear it more for if you're free to play and how to look at this particular event, and is it worth spending your units now before July 4th, and how far you can actually get with X amount of units, which is another thing to consider, because you might be like, right, well, I've just got to get into arena and just go non-stop for the next like 2 weeks in order to get a load of units, to buy a load of Paragon crystals, which, by the way, I'm happy they're 200 units. And that may be the thing. You may see from now on, like, I'm going to be streaming and arena grinding for the next 2 weeks in order to make some sort of participation. But I do not know the damage to your life and for your unit spend until later on when the quest is launched. Then we'll start. We'll set up the battle room and we'll battle against it. We'll try and see if we can find a way to do it as a non-spending player. So yeah, look out for that later on. And we end the show as we normally do with arena predictions. Predictions for Moondragon and for Shuri. And I'm going with the following predictions. 370 mil for Moon Dragon as a 6-star. I don't know if it'll go that high. That's the thing when it comes to arenas. We haven't had a good kind of volume of results recently to get an idea how the arenas are going. But Moon Dragon as a 5-star going for 45 mil. Shuri as a 6-star going for 60 mil. And Shuri as a 5-star going for 15 mil. Also, I'm not quite sure when Kabam are going to be putting in those extra ranks. That's something that I'm still kind of like waiting to find out any kind of like extra information. It's definitely not something that's been put in. I'm just actually having a quick look now. And the answer is no. So I don't know when that's going to be. If I've got more information, I'll try and let you know. But I thought that was coming in this month, but so far has not. That's been the show. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like button. Obviously, support. Thanks to those that support the channel as a YouTube member, as a patron, and they are on screen right now. Also, those that support on twitch.tv/RichTheMan live. I am streaming now. I streamed last night, so thanks to everybody that came along to that, and I'll see you in the next one. Looking forward to it. And finally, check out some other content located on screen right now, and I'll see you in the next video. It's going to be a spicy one. It's going to be about that 7-star quest. It's going to be about other stuff as well. Cheers. Bye-bye.